Hi there, Virgo. Happy October and happy Halloween if you celebrate Halloween. And happy Diwali if you celebrate Diwali. As I go along with the readings, I think you'll start to understand the kind of style that I have. I try and speak more to your soul's journey, your personal journey, and let's just get into it. I think you'll get an idea of what I'm about. And if you would like to book a private reading, the information is listed below. If you enjoy this video, please like it. And if you want to continue to get general readings and romance readings, you can just subscribe. That'll be awesome. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to be starting right now, Virgo. So this is the new moon harvest that I'm starting this. I do my readings basically in accordance to the moon cycle. So there will be another reading in October, and I will post that on the new moon. So this is a general reading. Remember, specific readings you need to do privately. All right, so it's been a very difficult time in general. I do intuitive parts as well. So it's been a difficult time in general right now. And I just hope that however this connects with you, I hope you find some goodness that you can connect to, so you feel some kindness toward yourself, so you can be kind to others. Right now, I hope that whoever is watching this, if it's able to provide some kind of support, some kind of comfort, some kind of entertainment, whatever it may be, I really hope that that's what you receive in this reading. And okay, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle one more time. All right, and I've shuffled before and I've saged, so and I meditate before I do. Oh my, you're getting major arcana so far. Oh, Virgo, I'm excited for you. What? Oh my goodness, get out of town. Okay, and the bottom of the deck, I'll show you later. So let's take a look. All right. So, what we got here is a lot of major arcana cards, which is pretty awesome. This is going to be quite a... There'll be some conflict here and there. No, there's no such thing as perfection, but this is going to come pretty close, I really feel. These cards are awesome. My rising sign's Virgo, so... I really hope that this is for me too. This is pretty awesome. So anyway, this was the bottom of the deck. Is the Page of Wands. Well, Two of Wands. He looks like a page. He looks like he's offering something. And I'm just going to go ahead and look at the images for a second and gather what it's telling me and how it connects with what spirit, the divine, what the universe is trying to communicate. So this is quite a romantic read. And it's also about your personal growth as well, which is, it's really beautiful. So the beauty is that we have the first card, which is the moon. And so happens today is a full moon. It's the harvest moon. So that's pretty cool. Then we have the lovers. This card makes everyone really happy. This could be about Gemini, some sort of a relationship with that sign, or it just is indicating that lovers are unifying, coming together with your other. If you are already hitched with someone, then this could be interpreted slightly differently, obviously. It's so interesting because the readings I've been doing, otherwise, everybody keeps getting a lot of romantic stuff, so I guess love is really in the air right now. However, that love can be anything, really. So what I see is that after this new moon, this is the recent past, there will be a realization for you about the lovers that, in this picture, what's coming up for me as I'm looking at it, it's almost as though the lovers are realizing that, you know what, there's a higher power telling us that we need to be together. And there's some bit of a timidness in the male, and the female is looking up because she's able to connect. I'm guessing this might be Adam and Eve. There is a snake there. There are apples. On the man's side, there are what looks like flames. The way that I read cards as well is sometimes when you are able to see the future or understand different dimensions, or you can pick up images and you're clairvoyant, intuitive, to the extent that images and sounds will all give you a message. You're able to put together what it is that the universe is trying to send. So when I'm doing this, I look at the images and I really, every time it's different. Whatever the divine wants me to see, that is what's shown. So to me, through my mind's eye, what connects with my mind's eye, basically. So I'm going to let people know about the Virgo videos so they can get an idea. I'm not going to explain this all the time, but this is my first video on here, so I want to just make sure I don't do anything to make you lose your confidence in what I'm doing, because I really think I'm getting lost by just the thoughts and everything that's going on in my head. This is going to be a mind-blowing month. I'm like getting lost in the reading right now. Oh my goodness. Virgo. Woo! Good Lord. All right, I'll tell you. I'll stop there. You're like a spit it out lady. All right, so after the harvest moon, you'll be reuniting with someone. There's going to be a connection. And the woman's known this for some time. She's been seeing this and she's been connected. There's been some gray clouds. There's been some confusion and distortion. But you're now coming together. This moon is going to... All of the moon cycles have really been affecting, I think, the most recent signs that have gone, like Virgo, Libra, Leo. There's been a lot of movement in the matters of the heart. And speaking of Leo, then you have the Strength card. You got so many Akarna card. That's why my mind is like, what? It's blown right now. So with this new love, well, it's not a new love per se, but this is a moment where whoever he is, whoever she is going to recognize you. And the only way they're going to recognize you is if you understand the beauty and the connection you have with the universe. This is a divine partnership. This is a divine relationship. This is something that whoever's watching this, whoever it resonates with, this is about you coming into your own and owning your strength. And with that strength, you're able to come into the Lovers. So this is kind of a melding of a situation as I'm seeing it. We then have the Five of Wands. And with the Five of Wands, we see a lot of fighting with actions. And I think mainly what this is there's different disturbances going on. And it's more chaotic. What I'm seeing here is that it's almost like they're all carrying a wand. And it's not... Usually it's interpreted as individuals fighting. As I'm looking at it right now, what's coming up for me for this reading is that it's almost as though they're trying to build a house. And each person has gathered a piece. And that person is going, okay, you know what? I don't know. One is too heavy. One is too... The other one can't really support it. And they're losing balance. So it's like you're trying to put something together. You're trying to put yourself together. And that's pretty awesome because with the blessings of the new moon, with the release, with the harvest moon especially, you are really going to be raking in your fruits of your patient labor. I think you've been really patient for a long time. And the harvest that's coming to you is one of romance, one of love, one of connection, one of a deep soul connection. This is not a whimsical relationship because we have the Ten of Cups below here. However, what makes this possible is seeing and recognizing the strength within yourself. If we look at the Strength card, what comes up for me as I'm looking at this, and I do see the infinity sign, which brings up the idea of twin flame or soulmate if you want to think of it. That's the infinity sign for it. It means anything really that you want to correspond it with. If you believe in twin flame, that's great. Right now, I'm not going to go into the soulmate twin flame thing. I'm just going to, however... I'm going to be as basic as possible with it, and then as complicated as I am, I'll go around and do descriptions of what I'm saying as I am right now. So anyway, I babble. Sorry. What I'm noticing in this one here is you're embracing your strength, and part of this is you've embraced your strength because of this person that's come into your life. There's a realization, and then there's this struggle that you're going through because you're trying to work with other people to try and keep a structure up, to try and keep other things afloat. So there's a bit of distraction. However, you do have the Wheel of Fortune, which means that however the wands turn, however your actions turn, it's in your hands. So that's pretty awesome. You have the Wheel of Fortune, and what comes up for me as I'm looking at this, you'll be tempted to take another turn. You'll be tempted to, and I think it has to do with finances. Don't be so attached to, if you've made enough money, know that you will always have enough. Don't get too attached to money that you miss out on experiencing and taking in this new experience that's coming your way. Or that could be happening right now. It's hard to say what time frame things happen. So don't expect she said this in this reading, so this is going to happen next week. It could take months. It could take a couple hours. It could take, not going to take years, I'll tell you that much. But it will take its time because it depends on the other person. It depends on all of the other things that come up that become obstacles to reaching our destiny sometimes. But then destiny, there's just so many different types of destinies. I won't get into it. I just want to tell you that. And that's part of what I think is happening with Virgo, because as I'm tuning into Virgo right now, you guys have a lot of energy, you're getting things done, and there's a strength that you are, this strength is just amazing right now, what's coming out for me. It gives me excitement for you. And it's kind of, this is hilarious to me, actually, and with the rest of these cards, this kind of makes me laugh, because what it tells me is, It's a lot of clown tomfoolery, trying to put something together that's silly. And with humor, and I know Five of Wands doesn't always, it's usually like just, like I said before, fighting or destruction. But these men, as I look at it, look really confused and kind of, they're not even looking in the right directions as where they're going. So that's kind of how I've been feeling. You'll notice in the readings as I do them, you attune yourself into that sign's energy, and your ruling planet, Mercury, you just attune to that, to that vibration. So when you do that, as you're doing a reading, as things are coming up for you, as they're coming up for me, oh, okay. There's steady ground. I keep going back to this card because there's going to be some sort of chaos of people trying to put pieces together. It's almost as though the house fell apart and there are all these pieces everywhere, but everyone's laughing because it's so ridiculous. Like, this is so ridiculous that this was even a problem, that we even got worried about this and we even fought. Like, this was all really silly. And if we were to just keep it that way with the humorous side, we could spin that wheel of fortune to our desire. And when I said you need to try and lay off the workaholic thing, that's what this red little devil right here reminds me of. That's what came up for me when I looked at it. Just because you could be swayed that way again, and dude, you really don't want to do that. I'm just saying that it's just like, what I'm getting is like, this is a really rocking time. You don't want to look the other way. This could be a once in a lifetime kind of experience. The Fool comes up, and that just means that regardless, I guess, the direction you're going, as I'm looking at the Fool, you're just going off the cliff. You're just going to go ahead and go for it. It's going to be something that's so, as it comes under the Fool comes under the Lovers. I mean, the Lovers are going to feel like fools. Like, what are we doing? This is insane. Why are we doing this? But if you follow that and you're strong with and confident in your strength and wisdom that you have grown already. That's a word that came up for me just now, confidence. If you're confident and you use your strength to keep your confidence in check, you can get through whatever little obstacles, but don't get swayed by it. Don't feel like, oh, I gotta go back to my craziness and work like a crazy person. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Because you need to just be the Fool and just let go. Just let go. You're going to fall into beautiful waters, cool and wonderful and just so beautiful. And you're happy. You're happier. And then you have the Ten of Cups. So this is your harvest coming in. I really feel strongly about that. And the bottom of the deck is you were waiting. I think this has to do with just in general, maybe a lot of Virgos have been waiting. You've been waiting for some sort of an answer, some sort of a communication, something. You are waiting for a ship to dock to come in, and you have an offering. You're offering the world. You're like, I'm ready to do this. So what this speaks to me is this is something you've been ready for. This is something that you've been waiting for. And so don't get too distracted. Use humor. And then we have the Page of Pentacles as the last card. Here I feel as though if you are balanced in your life, if you're able to keep this excitement of love returning, or you taking action, really, using your strength to take action, to let go and admit whatever it is that you're feeling for someone else, whatever it is that you want to connect with, whatever you've realized, to just jump off the little cliff happily, knowing that this Fool is actually going to be all right. This Fool is going to make it. This Fool is going to end up over here. And because of that, he will then be in such a place. it will manifest into your finances as well. That good energy, whoever it is that you were tying with, that good energy is going to manifest itself. So don't get too distracted by like, ooh, money, 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 money. I'm going to go ahead and, this fortune is coming towards me. I'm just going to not care. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Because you have a great deal of excitement. It's cool. It's a really cool month for you. Well, the next few weeks, or it could be the month. I'll do some clarifications. I want to do a clarification for the Five of Wands and for Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so I'm going to shuffle right now. This is the top deck. I use various decks, you'll see. I have a friend who just finds the most awesome decks, and then she sends them to me, and it's really sweet. So I want to clarify Page of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. So let's do Page of Pentacles first. Page of Pentacles. So we got Six of Swords, Five of Wands, Five of Wands. Okay. Luxury. Four of Cups. Okay, so I think it has to do with decision making, and that's what the Five of Wands is. You're having to make decisions, and it's kind of like a clown car, really. It's all these things jumping out, and it is luxury. You are profiting, you are getting something, but there's this comical confusion. I don't know. I just keep getting like ridiculousness, like just silliness. But you're affected because you're Four of Cups. Yeah, I think you're affected by it, but don't worry about that. Try not to worry about that. And then we have the Six of Swords to clarify the Page of Pentacles. Your thoughts, I think that's what's coming up. Usually when I do a reading, we'll get the gist of things, and then the obstacle will come up, and then we can talk it through, and through the divine we can kind of figure out options and ways to go about a situation. So the way I'm seeing Six of Swords right now, I'm gonna need to clarify it again because I think it's gonna go into the next. I think what I'm sensing is Virgo, you tend to be, when things don't go in a planned way or a certain way, you think that you have to redo the whole thing, or you feel like it's just, oh, that was a mistake. All that fun, all that stuff that I did because I went away from work, because I invested in this situation. Your thoughts start to get in the way, but then that gets in the way of you receiving and your abundance. There will be an offer for you financially, but you'll get conflicted a bit with the swords because these are your thoughts, these are your words. Be cautious of that because what you say is very powerful. It really is. Don't get fear and anxiety about it. Like, oh my gosh, because I do that sometimes. Like I'll say, oh, I shouldn't have thought that because now I'll manifest it. So then I feel like, oh, I shouldn't have said that because now I just put a negative thing on there. So don't get caught up in that. And that's what the Six of Swords is telling me. Like, just don't. Let's just pull one more card. And then I'm going to just pick a card from the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle. Just to see what crystals will speak to you or energy. It was a new deck that my friend sent me, so I'm kind of excited. And I have another deck as well that will just give some words of advice. Okay. Don't need that much clarification. Yeah, those didn't make sense either. Okay. Some cards just flew out, and I think they just flew out because I was shuffling a little recklessly. Because I know I'm talking and I don't want to go too long on this video. Okay, I see what's happening there. Don't worry about your cups being affected. Don't worry about, yeah, and then we got 3 of discs here. You're going to return out of this situation and you're going to look back at your work and be like, oh no, there's nothing to worry about. Your cups will be filled. This has to do with, this silliness right now has to do with a financial situation or some sort of a job situation. And then down here you get the 6 of Cups, which, pleasure, haha, which means that be happy, take in the pleasure of it. Don't let these all get in your way. Swords can be good because you can make boundaries with that. You can use your words to create a place where you aren't so hard on yourself. Hopefully that resonates in some way. Create a space within yourself where you're not hard on yourself, because you need to allow yourself to have the beauty, the harvest that's coming your way. So yeah, it's a really cool reading, dude. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle these cards, and you can watch if you like. Some people like watching the shuffling, and the cards are really pretty. So, it's interesting how these cards work, because as I was using them the other day, I was like, how do you interpret this into a reading? Then I realized it's actually quite nice, because it's not like you have to go out and buy the crystal or anything, but each crystal, it signifies something, and our mind, body, everything is connected. So it kind of gives you some sort of idea about what your health might be like, or what symptoms, what chakras might be being affected right now. So it's kind of a way to get an idea of what Virgo in their mind, body is experiencing, and through crystals, what is being expressed and what can be generated within your vibration from these cards. So, all right, I have Azurite and Labradorite, and I'll pick one more. Peridot. 26, 20, 14. Okay, so with Peridot, we're looking at our skin, eyes, heart, thymus gland, lungs, gallbladder, spleen, intestinal tract, metabolic system. Applications, tissue. So I think this is your solar plexus chakra. Applications, tissue regeneration, ulcers, birth contractions, bipolar disorder, hypochondria, melancholia, digestive problems. This is not a diagnosis, by the way. This is also not a counseling or therapy session where there will be assessment or something. This is just a definition of what each crystal represents and how it might connect with the whole picture here. Now we have Labradorite. Eyes, brain, metabolic, and hormonal systems. Aligning physical and etheric bodies, PMS, warts, vitality, stress, regulating metabolism, colds, gout, rheumatism, blood pressure, radionic treatment. So that would probably be your crown chakra. And and then we have 26, which was, I can't even say it, azestulite. Azestulite. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. Azestulite. 26. Okay. Organ systems, cellular systems. Application, cellular disorder, inflammation, vibrational shift. Okay. So there might be like some sort of digestive issues or just anxiety that will kind of come through. And the peridot, going back to 14, the peridot kind of gives us a understanding. What it brings to me that I sense is work on your solar plexus chakra and work on your crown chakra in your meditations. Or just simply imagine a clearing light between your third eye down to your root chakra. Just to the bottom of your feet. Just think of light flowing right through you. So I'm going to show you up close these beautiful crystals that give off a healing vibration. So hopefully, you know, regardless of what's affected, your body will get a healing vibration just by looking at the energy of the cards that bring out the crystal. So you can just take that in. I don't know if you can hear my dog snoring, but that's live, you know. He's snoring right now. I wasn't sure how when I was looking at the crystals, but I think it really works because everything's integrated, our mind, body, and soul and spirit. So it's pretty neat. You can just take in the image and look it up if you want to know more. But this is just a good month, I think, for your body, the body part. Yeah, crown and solar plexus. And I think it mainly just has to do with some anxiety that might come up. Being a little anxious, because this is a lot of exciting stuff. I think it might be like, oh my gosh, but I think you're going to be so happy. This is going to be so nice. And let's just pull another thing. Since this is my first reading and doing it the first time, I know it's going to be really long, but they won't be long like this all the time. I'm just going to go ahead and pick just some sweet cards from this deck here. Okay. 3. That'll do it. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. Okay. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. Ooh, that makes a lot of sense. So the universe has been conspiring to bring this for you. You have been waiting. And yeah, in every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. Those are some awesome affirmations right there. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Ooh, Nelly. I think that's what you need to remember. That's what's going to help keep your mind at bay. That's what's going to help keep some of the silly obstacles more comical and easy to get through. So your happiness is a direct reflection of your level of faith in the universe. Okay? And your affirmation would be, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. So yeah. And if you're interested in knowing more about affirmations, if I get a lot of people asking about it, I'll do a small video on it. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for watching my first video and bearing with any little quirks that might have happened in between. I wanted to make sure I did everything live so you got the best experience possible. And if you did like this, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. I would love to hear your feedback. And just be kind to you so you can be kind to others. Lots of love to you. Stay safe. Bye, Virgo.